How much is enough? G'day everybody, Brian here. Good to see you again this morning. Jesus has concluded the question and answer session and he's gone from there into the temple area. At this point in the story, Jesus is watching the people bringing their money, and the money gathering wasn't like in church today where people are sitting in rows and we pass a plate backwards and forwards along the rows for people to put in an envelope of money or some cash or whatever it might be. And it certainly wasn't like doing online giving. Instead, there was a place where people would bring their money and pour it in. How much is enough? Well, the rich people had plenty to give, and so they gave. But they made a bit of a show of it too. Here's how it's described. Many rich people threw in large amounts. Threw it in. Because it went into a trumpet thing, so you'd hear the clatter. I was once part of a church where there was a bloke who sat at the back, and when it was time for the offering to come, he would open a bag of coins and tip them in. When the minister spoke to him about it, he said, I want that to be an encouragement to everybody in front of me to know that you can give. Sounded a bit silly. Anyway, Jesus is watching these people giving, and he notices the rich people throwing in large amounts of money, but then he notices this: a poor woman, a widow, makes her way up. She must look a little out of place amongst these well-to-do people in this crowded city, and yet she is there. And she comes into the treasury area and she puts in something that doesn't make any noise at all. In fact, it's described as 2 small copper coins worth only a fraction of a penny. They are next to worthless. But Jesus knows. Compared to the wealth that the rich people are throwing in, they probably do seem worthless. But they gave out of their wealth. She gave what she had. They probably gave their spare change. She gave everything. Here's what Jesus has to say. He calls the disciples to him. Remember, he's teaching them and says, I tell you the truth, this poor widow has put more into the treasury than all the others. They all gave out of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, put in everything, all she had to live on. Why would she do that? She trusts God. God has called people to give. She trusts God will provide for her, and so she gives. Now, I'm not going to say to you, give everything to the church and you'll be blessed abundantly. There's enough people doing that, and I think half of it's a sham anyway. But here's a woman who has set a fine example to give what she had for the glory of God. Earlier, a bloke said to Jesus, to love the Lord with all your heart, understanding, strength, and to love your neighbour as yourself is more important than all burnt offerings and sacrifices. And Jesus acknowledged the truth of that. Here is someone who is obedient in a way that is acknowledged. I pray you'll be that too. Any questions about that? Leave it below and I'll answer them for you. But have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.